Hi everyone, it's Lauren J. Welcome back, or welcome if you're new. I like to do get ready with me style videos using products that are new to me, or just need a little bit more love in my collection. Today I'm going to be using products that need more love in my collection and just having a little chitty chat get ready with me about a bunch of random stuff. So if you're interested in what I come up with, please keep watching. Okay, say it with me. Already done. Skincare, sunscreen, brows are done with the Stylo Sourcils from Chanel, and I have not primed my eyes yet. So I am going to go right in with the Mercier Caviar Eye Stick in Nude Rose, because this is a product that deserves so much more love in my collection. And I actually picked this up with a Sephora points reward. It was part of a set. And it's my first Caviar eye stick, and even though I would say it's not my super favorite color, I love how bright it is, and I love it as a base for the looks that I like to create. So giving Nude Rose a little bit more love in my collection. And I am very upbeat today. I know I've been feeling a little bit down in my last few videos. Probably just the downer of a vacation and a lot of rainy Saturdays, but I just got done texting with the SA that I purchased from in Chicago, and I pre-ordered a bunch of the new Chanel summer collection, so the second half of the summer collection that's coming out. She was taking pre-orders for it, so if you work with an SA at one of the boutiques or one of the department stores, or you have a connection that way, I would definitely pre-order now if those are pieces that you want to pick up. I believe they're going to be released on the 15th. So I will not have new makeup next week, but I probably will in the next couple weeks. So I'm very excited and I feel great. So that is why I thought that I would use some makeup that I already have, because I'm going to be bringing a whole bunch of new stuff in, and I want to give the stuff I already have more love, because I do have a lot of great stuff in my collection. Speaking of things that need more love, I'm going into one of my favorite Viseart shades. This is the one called C. It is depotted from the Soleil La Plage Étendue palette. I really, really love it. It's one of my all-time favorite shades in the world. So it's got that beautiful aqua color to it. And look at how that shines on top of the Nude Rose. Just so pretty. That glowy base just gives it a little extra something, gives a little bit of like purpley tinge to it when you turn your head. Gorgeous. And I did see that Chanel released the Cocoa Beach collection after they released Métiers d'Arts. I still think Métiers d'Arts is the nicer collection. It's certainly more intricate and more crafted, but Cocoa Beach has a few good pieces in it. I'm not really about a beachwear collection because I don't spend my life on the sand. I wish I did, but I don't. But I noticed they released this really great raffia effect bag, this crocheted raffia effect bag. It comes in pink and it comes in a natural like tan color, straw color, and I've never really considered a pink bag before because I am not a pink person, but this pink bag is so, so cute. It is definitely very much a raffia bag of my dreams. If money was no object, I would have picked that up immediately. However, this cute little raffia bag this cute little crocheted, not even raffia effect bag, this cute little raffia effect bag with the diamond crochet pattern in pink, which really is just not a complete bag if you think it's a crochet bag. It's basically netting, depending on how you look at it. But this bag is $7,000. That's 2 overseas trips for me. I can travel very economically. That is 2 overseas trips for me. I'm saving up to go to Italy next year, hopefully. So we will not be buying the $7,000 raffia bag. But if any of you know of a really great alternative for a raffia or straw effect bag, not a fake, not a copy necessarily, but just a really nice quality raffia effect bag, I would love to know what you think. Longchamp has those beautiful Le Pliage basket bags with the horse and rider on them. I think those are really nice. They're just a little too much at $275, although compared to what other houses are asking, it seems almost reasonable. But and then Fendi has some amazing raffia bags in their collection right now, at Fendi prices, of course. I'm still looking for a great pair of raffia sandals. I just can't decide on a style or a brand. Still on the hunt for the perfect raffia accessories for summer. Going into my Bleu Abysse eyeliner. I don't know about you, but I'm just really excited for this new Chanel makeup collection, for all the color. I picked up a bunch of the greens. I did pre-order the blush in the light berry shade, or the light and berry shade. I've heard it kind of described as a fuchsia, but I'm really excited for that. I picked up a few of the shadow sticks because I don't have any of those in my collection. I've been waiting for Laura Mercier or Bobbi Brown or somebody to come out with like a nice colorful shadow stick, and it hasn't happened. So I figured I would try the Chanel ones. So I picked up a good chunk of the collection of that one, and I am super excited to play with those and see how they work on my eyes. And I have lots of amazing shadows to complement them with, like all of my Viseart shadows. So lots of opportunities to play with new and old. So I'm super excited about that. Just super excited for a lot of color. I've been getting a lot of use out of my makeup recently. There are days when I just don't wear makeup because it's hot and sweaty, or I'm just tired, I'm not feeling it. But I've been getting a lot of use out of the makeup I own, especially my Chanel makeup. And I'm really excited about that because I don't like to just let it sit there, be a waste of, you know, $40, $60 of an item. And in Chanel's case, a lot more. I think the purchases I made for the first part of summer were so good because I use these all the time. I'm just excited for new purchases because I haven't done that in a while. So it really feels like something special. I never want to feel like opening a package from Chanel is boring, or I never want to not feel joy or wonder or excitement when I get a Chanel package in the mail. To me, that's not the point. And again, you could say, well, it's just makeup, girl. Like, I get it. It's just makeup. I can go to the drugstore and get all the same things. Sure. But I don't get that feeling of specialness. I don't get that little feeling of wonder and luxury, or whatever you want to call it, when I buy something at the drugstore. And if you do, that's cool. I'm happy for you. There are drugstore products that I love, and you know, I'm really happy and excited to find them. But for me, my point is, I just never want to open a Chanel package and be like, oh, another package from Chanel. we'll just put that over there. It's never how I want to purchase luxury makeup. It's not how I want it to make me feel. So I think it has been a good thing for me to not have purchased some things for a while. So another thing that I'm really excited about is that I just got access to Hulu. So I am super excited about catching up on some amazing fashion-related series. So I am starting with Feud, Capote versus the Swans. I'm so excited to finally be able to see that. I just binged 3 episodes last night and it's amazing. The fashion is awesome and it is soapy and glorious, and so far I really just enjoy it. It's just my speed right now. So Capote and the Swans. I'm also looking forward to becoming Karl Lagerfeld, and I think it is brilliantly casted. I think Daniel Bruhl is an inspired choice for that role, and I'm super excited to see their take on his life and who he was, and you know, because Karl was not always, and I didn't know the man, obviously, I just know his public persona, but he was not necessarily a nice person. He was a brilliant designer. He knew how to work a logo. He managed, you know, he headed the House of Chanel for what, 30-40 years. How long was it? 1983, I think. He knew Coco Chanel, he knew Yves Saint Laurent, he worked for Christian Dior. Such a fascinating life. I was always fascinated with his career, even when he was alive. I don't think that he was the type of person I would have, you know, had a cup of coffee with, and he probably would not have wanted to either with me, but so that's fair. But such a fascinating career, but not necessarily a nice person. Those are just the kinds of things that, you know, you have to deal with when you really like fashion, is that fashion is a beautiful world on the surface. And I'm using my Guerlain Super Bloom blush bronzer today because this so much needs more love, and it's really pretty. Fashion, luxury fashion is, you know, it's kind of this thing where it's a little bit out of reach, and it's supposed to be a little bit out of reach. I'm not saying that's right. I'm just saying that is the impression you're supposed to get because, you know, they have to justify the high prices. You know, this is so out of your range. That's why it needs to be $5,000. That's why it needs to be $10,000. That's why we can't, you know, we have to offer it to you instead of letting you just buy it. There always has to be a mystique, an untouchableness around luxury. That's just part of the marketing. And that's what makes it hard, because in a fair world, luxury just doesn't exist, right? I mean, we can all talk about how we define luxury, and luxury is different for everyone. But in a fair world, luxury as a concept doesn't exist, right? It just doesn't, because everybody has everything they need, and you don't need to show off. And I'm not saying you're showing off, but you don't need to spend $10,000 on a leather handbag because it's handmade in a certain workshop or whatever. And that's just one of those things you have to sort of deal with when you like luxury fashion, luxury handbags, luxury makeup, is that it excludes people, and that's not fair, right? That's not something you want to necessarily be a part of. And it's just, you know, but it also makes you feel special. It makes you feel like, well, I saved up for this, I deserve this, whatever. And I'm just thinking out loud here, and I know that's a dangerous thing to do on camera, but you know, it's just the thoughts that run through your head when you purchase luxury beauty and you spend $300, $500, or whatever it is that you spend on one luxury order, and it's like, I could have used that for this, that, or the other. That's a month of groceries. That's, you know, whatever it is to you. That's a handbag. That's an out-of-town trip. That's gas for 2 weeks. You know, that's just, it's just something you have to think about if you are a thinking, feeling person, and just have to deal with, because in the reality of it, we're all just humans and we all like things, and we are at certain points in our life where we can pay for them, justify them to ourselves, whatever. And you know, I've come to a point in my life where I can justify purchasing things like Chanel. And again, just coming off of the thinking about the whole Karl Lagerfeld thing and how he was not a nice person, you know, I just want to make it very clear that I don't think Coco Chanel herself was a nice person. I know that she has a lot of issues, shall we say, and I don't think I would have been friends or wanted to be friends, and I don't aspire to be Coco Chanel. I don't aspire to live that life. I find the fashion house to be very in sync with my own style. I have history with the brand because of the perfumes and family members and the way that the brand makes me feel. So for me, Chanel is not about Coco Chanel. And while I think what she did as a woman in fashion can be very inspiring, the way that she treated a lot of people in life is not. And I have just come to terms with the fact that I love Chanel as a concept. I don't necessarily love Coco Chanel. And in my head, that makes sense. So if you're ever wondering why I like Chanel so much, it just is a brand that has a lot of nostalgia and meaning for me. And if it doesn't for you, that's fine. Now, the other thing I have been thinking about is Dior and the scandal going on around the manufacturing of one of the bags in Italy, one of their Italian workshops, and that I am choosing not to purchase from Dior right now. And the fact that I have been very disappointed in a lot of the response I've seen on YouTube, and I'm not calling out any specific person. Again, if you love Dior, if Dior is your thing, I get it. I get it. In your head, in my head, it's what Chanel is for me. You forgive them almost anything. If Dior is that for you, I get that you forgive them almost anything. I've just been a little disappointed in all the videos I've seen about Dior bags and Dior makeup, and I was super excited about the Plan de Paris collection. I love that print. I have a scarf in that print that I bought last February. I'm not going to buy that collection because I'm not comfortable giving Dior my money right now. And you can say that the perfume and beauty house is separate from the fashion. Okay, if that makes sense to you, whatever. But for me, especially in this case with the Plan de Paris, the makeup is promoting the fashion. So to me, it is intrinsically linked. The beauty always promotes the bags and the ready-to-wear. It's always linked. Even Chanel collections do that, you know. The beauty is your entry point into ready-to-wear and bags, the things, and shoes, the things you can't necessarily afford right now, but you can get a piece of it in the beauty section. So it just, and the reason that it disappoints me is because I think of the luxury beauty community as very smart, very savvy. All the people that I watch are very self-aware and they think a lot about things, and I really enjoy that. But when they just sort of ignore things like an issue that could literally deal with how they treat another human being when they create a bag, and it's just like, oh no, look over here, shiny beauty, never mind what's going on over here. It just disappoints me a little bit, and it frustrates me a little bit, because I thought a lot of us were smarter than that. And again, I'm not calling anyone out. I really enjoy all the people that I'm subscribed to, all the people that I watch. Please don't take this personally if you've done a Dior video. It's not about you specifically. It's just about the luxury community, beauty and fashion as a whole, that have just sort of not even mentioned it and have just gone on to be like, oh, new Dior collection, let's try it on. And I understand, I do understand, like, I have less than 5,000 subscribers. I don't think that's meaningless. I don't think I don't count, but I also understand you have a channel to run. You need to get a video out. People are interested in the collection. Do what you gotta do. But I just wish that there was a little bit less hype and a little bit more self-awareness about it, and just a little bit more upfrontness on the part of some YouTubers about Dior right now. And when I see videos go up, I don't want to watch them, and I don't want to participate in that right now. And I'm not saying Dior is the devil. Obviously, I have Dior makeup. I have Dior nail cream is one of my favorite things in the world. I love the perfumes. I love the lips. I love my little scarf that I got. I hope to get a Dior bag someday if they're being manufactured in a fair way. I want people to be treated fairly. So this is sorry about the tangent and the rant. Again, I'm not calling out anybody specific. I'm just voicing that I am just a little disappointed in the way that people haven't acknowledged the link between Dior Beauty and Dior Fashion. It just sort of seems like it's sort of just being glossed over. And I've also heard the argument that, well, we don't know yet, nothing's been proven, and that's true. Nothing's been proven. There's nothing necessarily proven, but however, to me, that's not an excuse to keep buying. To me, that is a reason to pull back, because we don't know. And that should not be something that we don't know. If you're paying 5,000 plus, or even 1,000 plus, or even 500 plus, whatever it is you're paying, you should know that the bag that you are buying and that is making you feel so amazing, and that is supposed to give you that luxury experience, you should know where that bag comes from. And I'm not under the illusion that it's people in white coats hand sewing, hand stitching the Dior bags. I am not under that. Like, I understand about machine sewing, I understand about factories, I understand about mass production. I get that. However, the conditions that have been alleged in this particular situation, that should not happen when you're buying a luxury bag, or when you're buying anything. And I think the reason that this hit me so hard was the idea that they are paying, allegedly, $57 for a bag that allegedly costs, I think, $2,500. And the blatant greed illustrated by that just really puts me off. So again, none of this is proven, this is all alleged, but this is how I am feeling about it. And so that is what makes me disappointed when I still see people talking about Dior as if nothing's happening right now. And you're perfectly happy, I'm perfectly happy to be criticized for liking Chanel and what Chanel means to a lot of people, and how Coco Chanel was not a nice person, how Karl Lagerfeld was not a nice person, and I'm willing to take that criticism. I think I've explained how I have come to terms with it, with myself. But yeah, that's just something I wanted to get off of my mind, not to call anyone out, not to make anyone feel bad, just understand why I might not be watching those or picking any of those pieces up. Anyway, that was a long tangent. Back to makeup. I'm actually feeling really good right now, so yeah. Going in with a bit of my MoistureGlow Balm Essential. I did pick up I ordered the Solar Glow Balm Essential because it looks really beautiful, bronzy, and I think I'll be able to use it. This one I use very sparingly. It's a big old balm. It's a big old stick of balm, and I don't think I'll ever be able to use it all up, but I have been able to use it in ways that work for me and, you know, illuminate my skin. And it can be pretty sparkly, so I do try to use it a little bit more sparingly, but use it on my lips, use it on my cheeks, a little bit on my nose, and a little bit under the brow just to lighten things up. I just like the sparkle in the summer. I think it's really beautiful. Just adds a little something. I'm going to add a little bit of the Guerlain Meteorites. Really been enjoying this product a lot and thinking of picking up one of the other lighter shades of it, maybe from Sephora. I would love to pick up one of the Guerlain blushes. At some point, I just haven't been able to justify another blush that isn't Chanel. Of course, I am picking up another one from Chanel from the summer collection, but I haven't been able to justify one from the regular collection of Guerlain because I can always pick it up later. I also have a zillion blushes I need to give more love to. So again, we all rationalize about these things. That is perfectly understandable. And I hope you don't think I'm being mean. I just wanted to talk a little bit about something that has been on my mind and feels a little bit serious to me. But again, I come to YouTube for a little bit of, information, a little bit of escapism, a little bit of luxury, a little bit of chattiness, a little bit of camaraderie with people who seem to enjoy the same things that I do. Overall, I really spend my time on YouTube with things that I want to watch, and I don't watch things that make me mad or make me annoyed or make me sad. So overall, I'm here for a good time. A good time, not a long time on YouTube, I guess. Anyway, I am using the About Face Matte Fix Lip Pencil. These pencils are amazing and they need more love in my collection. This is in Scorpio Rising. And I believe, if I remember correctly, Scorpio is my moon sign. My rising sign is Gemini. I don't know if that means anything to you. Some of my viewers are very into zodiacs and that kind of thing. I enjoy zodiac, and sometimes I watch tarot card readings on YouTube. I think those are fascinating. And do I necessarily believe that someone is reading my future from a tarot card? I don't know. I think it is an interesting way to reflect on life. I think it is an interesting way to just spend an hour or two pulling out cards. I love the art on the cards. I think they're fascinating. And just reflecting on what things or symbols or ideas mean to you and how that can sort of guide you through your life. So I don't necessarily think that it predicts anything, but I do think it can be a guide. Just a good little, I guess, if you're thinking about it in like a nice little therapy session or something like that. I don't know. That's just how I feel about it. I appreciate tarot and astrology and what that means for a lot of people. I find it a good way to get some guidance for life, and that's where I am with it. I'm a bit of an agnostic person about a lot of things, so I don't know what I don't know, and I'm open to a lot. So this is the makeup by Mario. This is the Honey Glow. I can't remember what are these called? I don't remember. These are the moisturizing plumping lip serums. I know he just came out with a bunch of really bright ones, but I have not given this one much love, so. And I love a brown lip. These are very, very melty, which is why I don't use it a ton, because it's more like a gloss in a stick, but it's a bit too glossy. And as you can see, it can get a little bit stringy, but no matter. I'm not worried about it. I love a brown lip for summer. And of course, I'm going to go in with one of my Noir Allure mascaras. This time I'm going with Orange Bruni. I really, really like this one. It is super fun for summer, and it's really beautiful with this blue liner and blue makeup. I think it just really stands out, but in a really pretty way. And if you're not paying too much attention, it just kind of looks like brown. And today I'm going to go in with a bit of the e.l.f. No Budge Liner on my waterline, or my tight line, but I'll do that off camera. So this is the finished look with the jewelry on. I hope you enjoyed seeing some colorful makeup. I'm in such a great mood. Again, I hope nobody takes offense at what I said earlier about Dior, but I just wanted to take a little time on my channel to express my opinion. I'm not the type of person who's going to go and comment on someone else's video about, well, I'm not buying from Dior, so you shouldn't either. That's not the person I am, and it's not how I want to see other people treated online. I'm just using my space to express my opinion. And if you disagree with me, feel free to disagree with me. Put a comment down below. Please be respectful about it. If, you know, again, I understand why some people have feelings about Dior and why, or any brand. I understand that. I'm just as guilty about those things when it comes to Chanel. I don't think that makes me better or worse than anyone else. So again, let me know how you're feeling about Dior right now. And again, this is all alleged. I'm not saying any of this is actually happening. I've explained, you know, how I feel about the arguments about that. And I'm happy to have a discussion about it. And I hope that me running my mouth off has not run everyone away from my channel. Again, I said I was trying to be a little bit chattier, just trying to be a little bit more honest about who I am as a person and how I feel about the YouTube beauty community, the YouTube luxury community, the luxury community itself, the shopping community itself, whatever it is that this community is for me, and you know, whatever it is for you. So anyway, I'm so glad that you joined me for a little bit and listened to me ramble. Thank you so much for watching. Please don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Any of those would be welcome. All of them would be deeply, deeply appreciated. And I will see you in the next one, guys.